What's up, you guys? You're listening to Your Message to Millions podcast. This is Anna. For those of you who don't know me, I'm one of the hosts on here. And this podcast is for someone who is ambitious, someone who's an entrepreneur or is looking to be or move into that space of entrepreneurship. You know the people I'm talking about. It's like the go-getters of the world. It's the people that are doers, that are persistent, the people that never give up, and they're like the humans that are ready to take and make their mark in the world. So on here, we're going to talk business, we're going to talk personal development, branding. We're also going to talk about books and writing books because that's what we do at our company, Lighthouse Global Inc. And we help people develop their ideas and get their ideas out of their head and onto paper. So we're going to actually talk about that. We're going to talk about publishing. And the biggest thing that we're going to talk about is spreading your message and launching all over the world. So today, I want to talk about something that continually comes up for me on a daily basis. It's something I kind of work through and struggle through, and I have struggled through, but I feel like I'm really overcoming it right now. And that's this thing of living the life that you want to live. And there's always distractions. There's always things that are going to kind of deter you from your path. And there's always these things that are going to creep in and take you back to that old mindset or that old life. And so this is something that's a daily practice for myself. So I want to share with you guys. So I don't know if you guys know, but I just learned this a while back. 60,000 to 70,000 are the thoughts that we have per day. So we have around the 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day. The crazy thing that blew my mind when I found this out a few months ago was that 90% of those thoughts are the same thoughts that we had the day before, which is crazy to me because if you think about the thoughts that you're having and you're not in the life that you want to have, changing your thoughts is the number one way to do that. So this is also interesting to me too, is that our thoughts are connected to our lives and our choices, and they're also connected to the same behavior and our same experiences. So today I kind of want to go over the process of what I've personally done to completely change my lifestyle and what I do on a daily basis in order to live the life that I've always dreamed of living. People ask me constantly, how did you get here? What are you doing? And I kind of want to break it down to you. So if you want a new life, you have to think about what you constantly think about and change it. So I'm going to say that one more time. So if you want a new life, you have to think about what you constantly think about, and then you got to change that. So you got to be willing to take those 60 to 70,000 thoughts that you have, just even a small percentage of those thoughts, and be willing to change. So there's two ways in order to break this down. So step number one of all is to become aware of your thoughts, your actions, and your behaviors. Ask yourself this question: what do you do every single day? What do you live by every single day? What do you think about? Where do you spend the most of your time? And then ask yourself, does it belong? Does it belong in your life? So that's step number one. And then we're going to break this down, what it looks like after. Step number two is start something new. You actually have to become the person that you want to be. And I'm going to talk about this in a little bit more. But what does this look like? So number one, becoming aware of your thoughts, becoming aware of your actions, becoming aware of your behaviors. Let's talk about what this looks like. So in order to become aware of your thoughts, for me, I was and I am more of a slower learner. I kind of need the hit over the head in order for me to actually learn something. So here's some ideas to become aware of your thoughts, because it's not always that easy to become aware of what you're thinking about because we're so programmed into the habit of sometimes negative thought patterns. So one of the suggestions that I have that is super effective is journaling. And when it comes to journaling, I don't put restrictions on myself when it comes to journaling. I literally sit down with a book and a journal and I write out whatever's in my head at that time. I find it effective to do it in the morning before I start my day. I also find it effective to do it in the evening for a few minutes. This doesn't have to be like a huge drawn out thing. It can be, let's sit down for 5 minutes when I first wake up and let's write out what's in my mind or what's in my brain at that moment. And then after I write down what's in my brain, then I go into this pattern of gratitude. So I go through and I list out things that I'm grateful for after I've kind of vented. I list out the things that I am grateful for. Even if at that moment I'm not feeling gratitude, whatever pops into my head, I write down for gratitude. So journaling is a great way because then what you can do is you can kind of see where your negative thought patterns are trailing. And then from that point, and this takes a lot of work, but you know what, guys, soon as you kind of get in the pattern of it, it goes pretty quickly. Then after, like, let's just say I'm constantly writing about the way I look or my health or the fact that I never go to the gym or whatever it is. So let's use that as an example. Then throughout the day, I'm able to be aware. So when that thought comes up and I start that negative trail of, oh my gosh, I should totally go to the gym. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling so fat today. I immediately stop it. I immediately am able to say, nope, stop. We ain't going there. We're not going to go down that trail. And so when you're aware, you're able to stop the thought mid-process and incorporate some type of a new thought in there. And this takes discipline and it takes work. But if you just focus on one thought per day or one negative stream per day, in 30 days, think of how many new thoughts and new positive streams you've started. So journaling is one way to kind of like catalyst into finding out what your thoughts are. The second thing that's super effective and helpful is meditation. And so meditation has all different routes. Meditation can be just you sitting in your car with your eyes closed or even open and just having some time of silence. So to me, if you have never meditated before, that's okay. You don't need to be perfect at it. There's tons of apps, there's tons of music, there's tons of things on YouTube out there to help you with guided meditations. But the overall thing that I think I really want to share with you is that just setting out times of silence and setting out times of just being still, even 5 minutes throughout the day, while you're sitting in your car or before you pick up your kids or on your lunch, taking just a few minutes for silence for your brain to calm down is another effective method of being able to control your thought pattern. And then sometimes what I have to do, because my day gets so busy, I actually have to schedule quiet time for myself, or I have to schedule the 5 and 10 minutes here and there in order for me to have that time for myself. And then the other part of that is just the discipline of actually following through and putting yourself first. So another effective tool for me for analyzing where my thoughts are is movement, physical exercise. So you can be in a gym or you can just take a walk outside. When you take a walk outside, it's giving you fresh air. It's allowing your thoughts to go in places that you don't necessarily allow them to go. It allows you to imagine. So when you're outside, when you're getting physical movement and fresh air, that is another way to figure out kind of where your thoughts are. And then another place that I usually spend time is my car. I am traveling a lot. I'm all over. I'm very busy, just like you guys. And when I'm in my car by myself is when I'm able to actually think about and kind of watch my thoughts and where they're going. So that's what it looks like. So when you take a look at your daily schedule, this is another thing. When you take a look at your daily schedule and where you spend your most time, I would question yourself. I would look at where you're spending your most time and I would ask yourself, is this really where my day needs to be? Am I spending all my time on others and not time for myself? Or are the tasks that I'm doing the tasks that I want to be doing in order to live the life that I want to live? Yes, this can be difficult at first and it can be frustrating, but just knowing where you're at and where you want to go is your first step. All right, step number 2. So after we've thought about our thoughts and we've become more aware of where our thoughts are, and we kind of know where our patterns are, the second thing is that you actually have to start something new. So when I say start something new, it goes back to these 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, and 90% of those thoughts being the same thoughts from the day before, from the day before, from the day before. So you really only have like around a 10% there of new thoughts coming in. So when it comes to something new, you have to push yourself to do something new. So step number 2 is thinking about things that are new that you can incorporate into your life and changing up your day and what your day looks like. So this does not have to be complicated. Some of the things and the ways that I try to change up my day are I try to drive a different way to work or drive a different way to take my kids to school. I try to incorporate new little ways of doing my work throughout the day. And what's really effective and really helpful is writing a list of things that would be new for you to try. And they can be very simple, or they can be more complex. They can be activities. They can be places you want to go, hobbies, exercises, anything new that would be new to your life or new to your routine. Write down a top 20 list or write down a top 30 list. And I encourage you to start plotting these on your calendar or plotting these into your life and incorporating something new. The other part of step number 2 of the new part is this. When someone told me this a couple years ago, I thought, oh my God, they're crazy. Design the person that you want to be. So what does this person look like? What do they do on a daily basis? Where do they live? What do they eat? Where do they travel? What does this person that you want to be look like? And for me, in order for me to get like a visual picture, I usually have to write down what this person looks like, or I have to find pictures and make some type of a board or a vision board of what this person looks like. And then I remind myself every day, this is the person I am. This is not the person I'm becoming. This is the person that I am. So after you get that picture of what this person looks like, the other part of it is that you actually have to put it into action. So you need to take time daily to imagine, to put yourself in that spot of that person and visualize where and what and who this person is. The visualization is a huge part, along with spending time doing the actions that this person would do. It sounds like a lot, but honestly, you guys, like if you have to start somewhere. In order to become the person that you want to be, you have to start somewhere. So let's just do a quick recap. If you want the life that you want to live, you have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to do new things that are scary, or just new things in general, in order to get one step closer to that new person. I'm super excited. We're incorporating some fun things on social media at Lighthouse Global Inc. and on our personal pages, Anna Ennis at Anna Ennis on Instagram and on Facebook, along with at Erica Ormsby on Facebook and on Instagram. We're incorporating some fun new things to show ways to create new in our lives. So look forward to the next couple weeks, especially since we're in like the second week of December. Look forward to the next few weeks of seeing some new ways to incorporate new in your life. I hope this helped you guys. I want to go deep down into this because I feel like I could go on and on and on about this and different ways that you can incorporate not only changing your thoughts, but incorporating new things into your life. We will be spending some time on this. We have a course being created right now for personal development, and we will be expanding this even more. So I can't wait. Connect with us, you guys. Connect with us on social media. Connect with us through email, through our website, Lighthouse Global Inc. We would love to hear from you. And until then, have a great day.